UFC 287 is this weekend, and I believe Israel Adesanya is going to get walked like a dog with his dog collar on by Alex Pereira. Now, I truly see this, and I can foresee this, and I don't see why people aren't speaking about this anymore. I think it's been poorly marketed. I think it's been poorly spoken about by BT Sport, ESPN. Everybody obviously sees Israel Adesanya as this superstar, as this guy that does all this flashy stuff, you know, and truly, people are really counting out Alex Pereira and what he did in the last fight, and I've got so much to talk about here today, and I truly just need to get all this off my chest. People are massively counting Pereira out, in my opinion. They know he's got that equalizer, they know he's got that power, but he was winning the first round of their first fight before getting caught at the end. Israel Adesanya is a phenomenal striker, has phenomenal range control, and knows when to punch. He found his button. If that round had gone on a bit longer, most likely he would have gotten Pereira out of there. I do accept that. However, the round ended, you know, unfortunately, you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, that's just how rounds work. It doesn't, people seem to be bringing that factor in as if it's like the be-all end-all. Oh, you know, he had him. Yeah, but Pereira got him. Do you know what I mean? And then second round, Pereira was winning the second round, in my opinion. Third round, you know, you can give that one to Izzy. Fourth round, you give it to Izzy. Fifth round, I had Pereira winning the whole round, and I feel like, especially when I'm going to speak about this, Michael Bisping, Joe Rogan, Daniel Cormier. Oh, Izzy let Pereira back him up to the fence in the fifth round. That's the only reason Izzy was caught. Throughout the whole fight, Israel Adesanya had his back to the fence. Pereira just was making him have his back to his fence. But it's only a big deal when he gets caught and when he gets put out. Why weren't you saying this when Izzy was defending up against the fence? You weren't saying, oh, Izzy shouldn't have his back to the fence. He let Pereira bring him to. He let Pereira. He didn't let Pereira do anything in that fight. I'm just letting you know. I'm putting that out there now. Israel Adesanya did not let Pereira do anything willingly. Pereira is a tall, massive striker. He's a massive guy, huge guy. Walked him down, caught him with good leg kicks, and after the fight, Izzy walking back to the dressing room. It was my nerve, my perennial nerve. Izzy, so you're telling me the nerve kick that he hit you with in the first round affected you in the fifth round while conveniently being knocked out? I wasn't rocked, it was my nerve. You know, fair play to him, he kicked my nerve. Perennial nerve kicks. Michael Chandler, Henry Cejudo, Sean O'Malley. You seen him having to Benson Henderson. Instantly they have drop foot. Instantly they're tripping over their feet. They have drop foot. Their foot's asleep. Conveniently for you, your foot was only out asleep when you were getting rocked in the fifth round. Don't buy it. I truly don't buy it. And you know, I think he's all this stuff. Joe Rogan saying, oh, I've never seen anybody handle a loss better. Are you joking me? The delusion that came out of this man's mouth. I know I'm sounding like I'm hating on him, I kind of am, but like the delusion that came out of Israel Adesanya's mouth after losing to Pereira was unbelievable. I wasn't rocked. If that's the mindset you need to have to go into this rematch, then fair enough. But the truth is, you've been knocked out by him twice now. You need to just humble yourself and understand he caught you, and it was competitive. People are speaking about it as if it was the Usman-Edwards fight. You know what I mean? I mean, like, Usman did genuinely dominate Edwards, and Edwards got one lucky shot. People are describing this fight as that. Pereira did not get a lucky shot. It was so much more competitive. Israel Adesanya's style is genuinely point fighting, and then if the KO presents itself, taking it. It's so horrible to watch. I pray Alex Pereira knocks him out. The cringe out this man's mouth. It's a dog collar because I'm a dog. I have not heard enough people come out with the line saying you're going to get walked like a dog on the weekend, and I truly hope that's what happens. I mean, I know I shouldn't be saying things like that. I mean, Adesanya is a phenomenal fighter. He's a phenomenal fighter. I hope Pereira walks him like a dog though, and Joe Rogan coming out, oh, you know, no one handled that loss better. It's like, what about somebody like Max Holloway when he lost to Volkanovski 3 times? You know what? No problem. Like, you know, or like Dustin Poirier. I guess he did handle his loss quite badly, but people like this, you know, Usman handled the Edwards loss how you're meant to handle it. Fair play. The better man won. You guys have a phenomenal champion. It was my nerve. You know, I wasn't rocked. the fruitcake himself, Israel Adesanya, wearing a dog collar and a dress to the press conference. That's like the cringe that comes out this man's mouth. I'm gonna leave you frozen like Elsa, botched, frozen like Elsa. I just hate him. I hate him. I can't handle it. I don't lose sleep over Israel Adesanya. If he wins, he deserves to win. If he wins, he massively deserves to win. He's a phenomenal fighter. I don't lose sleep over him. I'm not emotional over him. I just want Pereira as the middleweight champion and to go up and cause a little like a stir, you know, in the water. I feel Adesanya can win this fight. However, I feel like Pereira is going to come out there and he's going to kick his legs. He's going to jab him, and I feel like it'll be really competitive. And I feel like Israel will, you know, have that pressure on him. He's been saying all week, you know, done in one, and I feel like he, you know, with Israel Adesanya, he says he's, you know, you're going to be out there in one round. Then we'll see him come out and leg kick for the first round. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that is kind of what we'll see. Then I feel like he'll turn it up towards the end of the first round, and I feel like he's going to get caught with a right hand left hook in the second round. I think it's going to be a second round knockout for Alex Pereira. I think he's going to do it faster this time. I feel like Israel Adesanya, the way he's handled his loss, has not been the way everybody thinks it is. I think he's deluded in his mind to think that Pereira had nothing for him. You know, saying in the ESPN interviews that he was dominating Pereira the whole fight. You know, saying he's going to put Pereira on his back this fight. I feel like if Pereira can time a flying knee against a trained wrestler on like a 7-fight win streak, like he was in his first 2 UFC fights, flying knees, he can definitely do it on Israel Adesanya, a bigger guy, easier target to hit. And I truly just feel he's going to catch him. And I also think when it comes to Israel Adesanya's game plan, coming out looking to wrestle Pereira, in the last fight, he's like, oh, I did whatever I wanted with the wrestling. In your last fight, you reversed one of Pereira's takedown attempts. You failed 3 of your own and reversed 2 of Pereira's because you're better at scrambling than him. I think it's going to be very difficult for you to take the man down. He's got that massive crowd experience now. Now he's the champion. Now he knows he can knock you out in little MMA gloves. He's got everything in his favour, and the pressure is all on Israel, and I'm sure he can handle it. But this whole like killer mentality, you know, walking on him like a dog, that's what I think is going to happen. You know, he's going to take... I hope he walks to the cage and takes the dog collar off. That'd be quite funny. Or like, if he does something like get on all fours and starts barking, I'm just going to kill myself, I think. I will just kill myself because I truly cannot handle the thought of Israel Adesanya being any more cringy than he already is. Oh, botched! Takes off the dog collar, starts like walking around the cage, like swaying his head like on all fours. Like I can just truly see him doing something like that to just make me want to absolutely kill myself with fire. But that's not the point. Anyway, fucking hell, that's bad. I shouldn't say stuff like that. That is too funny though. I've got Pereira. I truly have Pereira just catching him. I think all the pressure's on Israel now. And I know pressure makes diamonds, but I just feel like Pereira's got all to play for now. He's the champ. He's used to the big crowds now. You know, during Embedded, you can kind of see him smiling a bit more, coming out of his shell a wee bit. You know, that kind of swagger's there. And I just think he's got his number. And I don't really believe the whole thing of, you know, he's just got his number because Israel is very competitive with him. However, I do actually in a way believe that Pereira's going to do it again, and I think he's going to be 0-4 to him and then go maybe fight somebody like Sean Strickland or something like this. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a live stream for the fights at 1 AM UK time, so please tune in. But I truly believe what I'm saying. I've told you what I've said, and I believe it. And I'm going to see you all very soon. Enjoy the fights. I've got Alex Pereira by 2nd round knockout. Fair play to him. I think he's going to get it done. Potan. Alex Pereira getting it done. You know, he's burst onto the scene, and you know, if he wins this, you know what, could you call him the greatest combat athlete of all time? I know Henry Cejudo's there, but you know, he won a gold medal in wrestling, and yes, it was an Olympic gold medal, but you know, Pereira 2-3 glory titles, defended them, has come across in his first few UFC fights, and he's done it in the space of like a year and a half, and it's just whatever. And I know I've slagged Israel Adesanya off a lot. Thank you for everything, Israel. I wish you a speedy recovery.